What's your favorite part about right now?
My favorite part about right now? The quiet. The silence. I'm digging the silence a lot.
My name is Eamon.
Hey, I'm Cait.
My name is Frisco.
My name is Christian Hurtado. This is going to be fail.
I'm Debbie Rodriguez.
My name is Caitlin.
My name is Jessie Rodriguez. Well, Jixira Rodriguez.
This is where it all started.
I call Caitlin Katie. She is my sister.
When we were little kids, like under the age of 10, we would always like pretend to make bands and say that we were in a band.
We played for a while just for fun, and we eventually started playing in Mosey Jones together. That was our first serious band.
I mean, After School Special is a band. Was a band. But...
I'm engaged to Frisco, and we've been together for a while, and I met him at the Rockaway Artist Alliance, kind of, and that's also where I met Cait.
I met Cait at an open mic that Albert and I would go to every Thursday. It was like always a super fun time.
I met the McMullins at the open mic.
He hit me up and was like, hey, my band's looking for a drummer and was wondering if you would want to play with us. And I was like, what? Hell yeah. They seemed to have a really fun sound. Even though Mr. Big Deal stopped playing so much because people had obligations that they had to get to, we still kept up and still chatted, all of us. And then when it was a possibility to start up something new, I was like, yo, come through.
The skates kind of came about back in like January of 2 years ago now, I guess.
Christian I've known for quite a long time.
Midwood High School, sophomore year.
We both joined the school competition musical as band members.
He needed a band member because he was alone in this band. And he was like, yo, you play something? And I was like, yeah, I play keyboard. He's like, all right, you in the band.
So we got to know each other pretty well during that time and just became friends from there.
Jessie's my sister. I met her when I was born.
1, 2.
We had a show with Mosey Jones.
It was a very random show.
All I said to Jessie was, hey, I was told that the amp here is terrible.
We didn't have a drummer at that time. We mentioned at the end of our set that we were looking for a drummer.
I remember just being like, these songs are so fun.
So Caitlin came up to us afterwards saying, oh, like, let's practice, let's jam.
And I was like, yeah, you know, me and Jessie were like, yeah, let's do it. And I was like, all right. And then I was at the first band practice that we had together because that's just what it was. We were a band.
I'm happy Caitlin is in another band.
That's the crew.
The going away show. I actually remember a lot of it.
I had just previously played at the cake shop earlier in the year and really enjoyed that experience, and was able to put the show together relatively easily.
It was basically playing all night because 3 of the 4 bands I was in,
We had a pretty good time. There were a lot of people there, which was nice.
it was like there was tons of people there.
We practiced like once. We got that far.
I had never been to Cake Shop before. It was a cool place. I like that it's like in the basement there.
The bartender was really cool. She kept giving me like little small shots and stuff. So that was fun.
All in all, just a good night. Everybody played well and just got super hyped to be going on tour.
It was kind of funny because it was like, all right, here's the going away show. We're actually going the fuck away. And like, we can't just do the going away show, then not go away.
The day we left, we were a mess. Nothing was ready.
So the way we did it was we all met up at my place. Slowly but surely, everybody funneled in.
We were like trying to get everything in the bus, and I was supposed to put up the curtains, which I didn't do because I didn't.
We had so much stuff outside the bus. We were like, where are we gonna put everything? I had to go buy running shoes. I had to go to the post office to get some stamps, I think, and I forgot all those things.
It's pretty like obvious in the video that you're just like, we're all like, wow, what? There's a lot of like screaming, a lot of those like dumb jokes people say when they're like excited but very nervous. We out here.
I was so glad I wasn't over there. And I really
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. It's really happening.
It's so true.
I didn't think we were gonna make it this far. We made it at least 7 blocks to stop. Oh fuck! Shit. Help!
I remember having to get gas first for the first drive. So it didn't feel that weird until we were done getting gas. And Christian was like,
Road trip! Road trip! Road trip! Like I'm on a roller coaster.
Feels like they're on a roller coaster.
Roller coaster. They just fucking ball of stress in your chest. Roller coaster emotions.
It was only like a 2-hour drive into Philadelphia, which we realized was a very short drive after we got into the trip.
And of course, the first trip, it started raining at some point. And it started getting really bad, and there's like little leaks in the bus here and there. They were just dripping, and you were like, oh my god, this bus is just going to fall apart on us.
let's just stay all day. And who would have thought it figures?
We made it to Philly safe. We had a great show there. Skates and the Loneliers played.
It's a house show. This like real punk rock house. Dirty basement, whole 9.
Nerve-wracking, of course, because it wasn't New York.
Whip Booking was always doing it up. I mean, that's like the second time I think we worked with them.
Mosey Jones had played a show with Whip Booking the previous year, so we kind of knew like the vibe that we were gonna get there. We kind of knew some people there. It was nice. It was a good start to the tour, kind of not being totally thrown into the wild.
It was like, this is awesome. This was a great like first night out of the city, and it was a lot of fun.
That night, we slept in a Walmart parking lot.
I was a little nervous, being that I had never slept in a parking lot before.
It wasn't easy, but it wasn't terrible.
Poppy and Alex were the people who were in charge of food, and they weren't there yet. And everyone was just like, what do we do? How do we eat? I wound up texting Poppy like, what are we doing? And Poppy was like, make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and there's coffee, and there's the pot, and you have the little stove, and do this, that, and the other, and just do it. And I was like, okay. And so I remember coming out there and be like, move aside, we're making the sandwiches.
We tried making coffee. We had never used that little stove we had.
I brought the little 2-burner Coleman stove. I had never used it before.
Is it going?
There was just, I wouldn't want to say a lot of pieces, but there was a lot of pieces, and we had just bought the propane, I think, that same morning. And it was hard to like get the propane thing into the stove. It was hard, but Frisco ended up figuring out how to do it.
Yes.
I make fire.
Yes.
We got it lit, and then we're all standing around in like a semicircle, like, see what I did there? Kind of blocking it so that, all the morning shoppers in Walmart wouldn't see what we were doing and be like, that's an open flame, call the police.
We ended up making coffee and leaving.
Pittsburgh I was really nervous about. I talked to Kim from Pittsburgh on the phone, and she was excited. She was interested in having us, but it was pretty obvious that the space is not usually used just for some punk show. So I really didn't know what was going to happen that night.
We're going to this show, and we pull up, and I find out we're in a residential neighborhood with some pretty astounding houses. Like, okay, are you sure this is the right spot?
This is the address. I mean, that's all I know.
I just remember standing like super awkwardly, like, I don't trust this.
And we're finally greeted.
And they received us with open arms, literally hugged us the very first moment they met us.
And then she like invites us in, and the house is like so beautiful.
We met Bev, who is this older lady, and she was just spewing positivity.
She's like, let's show you around. She shows us all outside. It's like this beautiful backyard venue space that she's created, and that Kim's created, and it's just like, what? This is insane.
This place is really awesome. If anything, we'll be back. She's a very nice person. Kim is the best. This whole space is the best.
Sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water and I think of all the things what you're doing. In my head I paint a picture. It's like going home and I thought it's for the best. I guess I'll change that memory of my past. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie?
So then we're brought downstairs into the basement where some of us are gonna sleep, and I'm like, this is where it's about to happen. We're just willingly going down this basement stairs. And it's like another art gallery all up in there, and I was like, oh, this is looking mad nice. Except for like this clown that's like really fucking scary, and like there's a bed right across from him. Like it's just like a statue of a clown, and there's just this bed. And it was like, yo, I am not sleeping over here when this clown is around. But apparently Kim had the same idea, and she took the clown and moved him somewhere where we wouldn't have to sleep around him.
And then they made us breakfast the next morning. What? Like, they made us breakfast and just talked to us and just like really wanted to get to know us. They were very genuine people. It was really cool.
The hospitality, the manners that family had, it was great. The food that they gave us, like everyone in that house was great.
You really just walk into a stranger's house in Pittsburgh and you feel like you've known them for a while, and they made you feel like at home, like their house was your house, and it was very It was just very nice.
Let's get hyped and like it's July.
There was one trade-off, which was probably like the best trade-off, is that Kim asked us if we would take this big shopping bag full of yes balls.
And it was just a golf ball that's gray, and it's got like the square on the front, and it says yes on it.
All she asked of us was to just drop X amount of yes balls in every stop we went.
And we would send them to her, and she would put them on Instagram and stuff. So that was cool. We got to help her out with her art project of leaving yes balls all over the country.
I think it's a good idea for someone to find it and be like, yes, and be like, wait, what is that? Yes, what is it? Yes, you can do it. You can do anything.
Pittsburgh was amazing.
One of the best stops on my leg of the tour.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like or leave us a comment to tell us what you think. Be sure to subscribe because we'll be putting up a new video next week. If you really liked us, you could check out our Patreon, but that's up to you. See ya!